Okay, man, do we have good stuff to talk about today. So, if you are new to one of my lives, first off, if you get value out of this, then I want you to subscribe to the channel so you can click that bell and you can find out when we are live. We were going live during the day, but I think more people have a better opportunity to see it at night. So we're going to try that for a little while. You're always testing. You're always testing to see what works and what doesn't, and when things change and when they don't. So we've got some big things to talk about today, and that is the things that were just announced on the Skool platform. I don't know if you know anything about Skool. If you do, put it in the comments. Let me know. But I have been a part of the Skool platform since 2023. And then it wasn't long after that I joined that a guy that you certainly might know joined the platform, and he was able to help us skyrocket this platform. So strongly suggest that you check it out. But here's what's happening with the Skool platform, in case you're not aware. All right. And I'm trying to find this. Where is it? Guys, always a work in progress. You know that, right? Always a work in progress. So here's how Skool works, in case you were not aware. And I'm going to bring this way down so I can see what I'm doing. But here's how Skool works, in case you were not aware. Skool is like, but better than a lot of these community platforms that you see, where you're trying to bring people off of social media or off of YouTube. Because I've said it many times and I'll continue to say it. I don't believe that YouTube is a social media platform. I believe YouTube is a problem solving and educational platform. And this is why, if you do it the right way, educational creators can make money. And you don't need to rely on the platform, i.e., YouTube or i.e., TikTok. You don't need to rely on those platforms to pay you. I saw somebody the other day in my threads, which is, if you don't know, it's kind of like Twitter for Instagram. I saw somebody in my threads the other day complaining that they were being underpaid, if you will, or underpitched for a brand deal. And I just said to them in the comments, I said, why are you relying on the platform to pay you? Or why are you relying on some brand to undercut you, when all you need to do is you just need to focus on creating something that will get people off of the platform? So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what that thing is that will get them off of the platform. And I need to bring this up a little bit, so bear with me while I do that. All right, so in case you're not aware, this is called Skool. And Skool is a place that kind of looks like a Facebook page, or kind of looks like a Facebook group, but it's like a Facebook group on steroids. It's way better. And you have a community where people can ask questions and they can post things inside of a community. They can post their wins and their shout outs to people, and you can see that you've got all these people that were posting different wins inside of our community. So you have a community. You can have a classroom. Now, the thing about a classroom is you don't need to fill your classroom with a whole bunch of stuff. In fact, they've done studies, and the number one reason people leave communities is because there's too much in the community. And so people get overwhelmed, especially if it's a paid community and they don't feel that they're using everything, then they won't stay. It's kind of like if you go to a gym and your gym has it has a sauna, it has massage, it has red light therapy, it has a pool, it has a nutrition bar. If it's got all of those things, but you don't use those things, then guess what happens? You feel that you're not using your membership to its fullest extent, and so you quit. But if there's only one or two things in there and you're using it, then you'll stay. I know it sounds weird. You would think the more you offer somebody, the more they want to stay, but it's actually just the opposite. So you can have a very brief classroom where you're teaching something, but the real key and the real power of community is this. It is your calendar. It's a calendar of live events where you schedule them, and you don't need to use Zoom or anything like that, right? You don't need to use any of that stuff. All you got to do is, I got to bring this over. I don't know what's going on here. But all you have to do is you just need to set it up. So you come in here, you click this button, and then you set up an event. And then once you've set up that event, people will get a notification that that event is upcoming. And then you put a cover image on it. You can make it a recurring event. You can make it a school call, which is what I do. Yes, you can use Zoom or Google Meets, but man, you've got all the tools you need right here in school, so you don't have to pay for Zoom. You don't have to deal with Google Meet. Everything that you do can be within school. So it makes perfect sense for you to be able to do that. But these are the magic of a community, are the live events, so people can find out that you're a real human being. Then you have this listing of all your members, so you can see who all your members are. You can also see where all your members are located. And to me, that's one of the funnest parts of this whole thing is, look at this. I've got members all over the United States. For some reason, Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming, and Utah, and Nevada, not so much. But you can see I've got members all over the rest of the U.S. But here's the really cool part to me. Check this out. Are you kidding me? I have a member in India. I have a member in, it looks like that's Vietnam. I have a member in South Korea. I have a member in Eastern Europe. I have a member in Spain. And I have 10 members in the UK. So to me, yeah, check that out. So what do we have here? We have the UK. We have Netherlands. We have Belgium. We have Germany. And so what that allows you to do is reach people all over the world. And unlike your YouTube channel, which really doesn't give you the opportunity to truly connect with people. I mean, you can kind of connect with people in the comments, but you can't really go back and forth with those people in the comments. So here's what I'm doing for the remainder of this year. And then, now that you know what school is, I'm going to tell you about the big announcement on school that just happened today. So when school first started, they were focusing primarily on helping people start communities. And their goal is to help 1 billion people worldwide find community. Now, that doesn't mean 1 billion school communities. It means help 1 billion people find a school that they want to be a part of. And again, this is like a Facebook group on steroids because there's no distractions, there's no ads. They don't ever want ads on this platform because it detracts from being able to spend a lot of time here. So, and there's no competitors in your topic that are getting involved in your group or anything like that. So it just makes it real streamlined for you to be able to do something here. So what school did today, and I'm going to go to the Schoolers community. So what school did today is they introduced something called Growth Boost. And in essence, what Growth Boost is school is now running ads. And this is another thing that separates school from Kajabi or Circle or Go High Level or Mighty Networks or any Coursera, any of these, Slack, Discord, any of these other platforms. This is the thing that now, once again, separates and elevates it past all of them. School is now running ads off site. Again, they don't run them on the platform because we don't want ads on the platform. But school is now running off-site ads to promote your community and help get you members. Now, here's the thing. That's great that school's spending that money. But if school can't replenish that money that they're spending on these ads to help you get community members, then it won't be long before school's out of money and then you don't get any more members because school shuts down. So what school did is they set up a very small affiliate program to where when an ad that they run showcasing your community, when that ad brings a person to school, school will get a 30% commission, which means you keep 70%, but school will keep a 30% commission there. And so what this does is this allows them to spend that money again, leading to even more growth for your community. And so Growth Boost is what they're calling it, and it's just a little switch that is default toggled on, and you can get free community members for the next week or so before it goes live and they start taking that 30%. And then if you want, you could turn it off, but that also reduces your school reach, and I don't know why you'd want to do that. Also, then they won't promote your community inside of Meta ads. But school's mission is to help 1 billion people find community. So the way they're going to do that is get more people into the schools that already exist, not so much having people start new schools. And so what they're doing is they want to share it with the world. And we love what you guys are doing is what they're saying, and they want to share it with the world. So this is as woman Victoria says, this is a huge win for all of us, because it's like getting it's like getting ads that you didn't pay for that's going to push your group out to more people. So that is the big announcement that they made today. And again, this is unlike any other platform. No other platform is running ads for you that you don't have to pay for. No other platform is doing that. So I want you to think about that. And why would you want a school platform? Why would you want a school community? Well, because with a school community, let me get back to my community. With a school community, you can have people paying you on the monthly basis. For example, I've got a friend of mine who has he's got a woodworking community, right? He's got a woodworking community. So if you know anything about content, especially here on YouTube, woodworking is a huge subject and gets lots. But look at this. So this is a 2,000 member free community, and I'm sure he's got upgrades inside. But look at this one. 485 members of a woodworking community paying $59 a month. And what he's doing is he's teaching people not only how to be better woodworkers, but also how to build $2,000 to $5,000 a month in a woodworking business. And so you join for $59 a month. And then he's got a 7-day challenge in there. And if you're like, well, where do people sign up? Well, most of them come from his, let me move this out of the way. They come from his YouTube, where he has 91,000 members. And he's got a little link in there. Now, Why he doesn't have his school link at the very beginning, I don't know. Me personally, I would put my link for school. See, he's got it buried in here. And I don't know why, because I would put it number one. I would absolutely put it number one. But that's the type of thing you can do. So rather than worrying about whether or not you can get monetized by the platform, you can just have school help you get paid because people will pay you on the monthly. So I don't know about you, but that's a pretty cool thing. So if you want to check out how you can get your own school going, I want you to come over here to my channel. And let me get to my channel. Where is it? There it is. So that's my channel. And you can see I go live very frequently in here. And then I also have videos. But here on my channel, the very first link that I have is my school community. And it's about getting paid for your knowledge, not the number of views. So, and I think I need to update this a little bit. But inside of here, we have this link, right? And inside of the link, you can get a 7-day free trial to your own. You can get a 14-day free trial to start your own community. You can get a 7-day free trial inside of my community. And then once the 7-day free trial is up, it's a whopping $5 a month. And you're going to get help to start your community. Now, if you use my link to start your community, I'm going to get on a call with you and I'm going to take you through all the steps of starting your community. That's pretty cool, huh? So you'll come over here, you'll use the link that is in my YouTube bio, and you will start your school with me. And it says, see, Chuck Ellis invited you. And then you'll create your community. You're not going to worry about the pro plan. You're just going to sign up for the hobby plan. You're going to give yourself a group name and you're going to start your free trial. And then it will tell you when you get charged a whopping $9 after the trial is up. So basically, you are running a business that can create monthly income for $9 a month. You don't need a website. You don't need a funnel. You don't need some sort of email sequence. Because remember, if you turn on the growth boost or you keep the growth boost on after June 16th, you're going to get members coming to you from ads. Let me show you what I mean by what these ads look like. So for a while there, this was gossip. We didn't know what this was going to be. But look at this. School sponsored ad, which means they're paying Meta to run this ad. And look at this. There is my group, which is right here. And so they are basically paying us to start groups because they're going to help us get people for them. I've never seen a platform do this. Facebook has never done this before. Facebook will never just randomly promote your community unless you're running ads with Facebook to do that. School is doing this right now. So again, if you want to join my community, here is the About page. It is the link in my bio here on YouTube. And as you can see, we have a free trial. Whoops, let me show you. So you can start your free trial. And if you don't have a account on School, all you have to do is start one. An account on School is completely free. You don't need to worry about that at all. All you need to do is sign up with your name, email address, and a password. They'll send you an email. You'll verify that you wanted the setup, and then you will go in there. And if you use my link to get in, once you start your account, then it's going to take you directly to my community where you can sign up for your 7-day free trial. And the reason I do a 7-day free trial, guys, is because you got to test drive something, right? You wouldn't buy a car without test driving it. You wouldn't look at a house or buy a house without looking in the windows. So that's why I give people 7 days to try out my community before they decide if it's worth $5 a month. And I guarantee you, once you go through even the first 2 lessons inside of our classroom, you'll find out it's worth at minimum $5 a month. And you're probably going to say to yourself, you know, I'm stealing your money, is what you're going to say. But anyway, so that's what's going on with school. That was the big announcement today. So I hope you've enjoyed the live. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, what I want you to do is I want you to subscribe to the channel if you got something out of this, and then I want you to check out the school group. There's a little video in there I think it also sits on this page that will show you about it. But that's what we are doing, guys. We are going to take this idea of content creation and we're going to get you away from worrying about whether you even get paid for AdSense or not. Because you got to get to 1,000 or about 1,000 subs, right, before you can do that. But we're going to get you completely not dependent on AdSense. We're going to get you to the point where you're like, man, I don't even care if they ever pay me. I don't care if I even get to 1,000 subs because school is sending me new members to my community and I'm getting paid monthly by those members. So you'll have a 2-pronged traffic strategy, right? You'll go live on YouTube. By the way, you ought to be going live. You ought to be doing live streams because Alex Hormozi says this is the future of content, because it allows you to connect with people and they get to see that you're a real person. So hope that you liked this. Hope you got something out of this. Feel free to ask any questions. I just did an overview of the School Growth Boost, but if you want more information on that, you can always ask questions in the comments and I will be happy to make a response video to that. And now if it gets a little crazy with comments, then I won't be able to make one with every single one, but I'll try to compile all of them and then get you that. So I hope you enjoyed this. You guys have yourselves a great night and subscribe to the channel.